What we're going to do is go out here, and I'm going to listen to approach control. If I ask you to do an approach to the landing stall, what would you do?
First thing I would do is maybe come down to about 15 to 1700 RPM as if I'm approaching landing. And I would put it in the landing configuration.
Okay.
Get into the 65 knot that I usually am on.
So, stop right there. What did I say about the examiner? One of the things he's going to be looking at is he's going to let you fly with his wife and children.
Yep.
So, is this the safe thing to do, what you just described? There's something you should do first?
I should do the pre-landing checklist first.
No. It's paramount that you do not compromise safety. So if you were to do a vertical maneuver, how would you know there's anybody below you?
You would do a clearing turn.
Good! Don't forget that, because the ride is over if you forget that. No question about it. You say, we're going home, come back another time after you can do clearing turn.
So is the clearing turn required for every single maneuver, including
it's required for anything that involves vertical. Any of the stalls, power on stalls, power off stalls, and slow flight. Do it right now. Do a clearing turn. While you're doing that, though, you can be slowing for the landing configuration. You can do two things at once.
Gotcha.
But don't forget that. I am not going to remind you.
Okay.
Okay.
Wings
so,
level.
Make it out of a left turn, because straightforward is not too much interest. So if you were going to do landing, wouldn't you go through a pre-landing checklist?
Yeah. Property heat,
Good.
gas, exhaust range, undercarriage, and props. Seat belts and switches are all still in, okay.
Well, what's your normal landing?
Normal landing I do with 30 degrees of flaps.
Do it.
Turn right heading 140. Heading 140, 515 right there.
And now there's another word in this maneuver called approach. So you set it up for the approach speed.
Yeah.
Your approach speed is normally what?
60,
60, 65.
60,
now you should take your hands off and it should be okay.
Yeah.
Let go. Fine. Now bring the nose up and stall it. And as the nose goes through the horizon, start a left turn. And look to the left. Look to the left for traffic.
Feeling 5,000 overcast, altimeter 3010.
So is that full power? That's full power. Now climb. Climb. Do not sit there at 0 flat. Climb, but you can climb with 10 degrees flaps or no flaps. Climb back up to your original altitude, what you started at. The examiner wants you to go to your original altitude and heading.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to, this is, as soon as you get up to 3,200, we're going to do it again. Exactly the same thing, except we're going to do it to the right.
Okay.
Not going to say anything. Let's see what you got. Okay, approach the landing stall to the right.
All right. Carburetor heat, gas, undercarriage, props, seat belts, and switches still in. Okay.
Good. Now, the examiner's going to say, that's fine, Mr. Nandu, let's go home. The ride's over. Why? Because you did not do clearing turns. Every time you do it, clearing turns, unless he tells you otherwise. Okay. Do not forget that, ever.